This is The Scoop for Monday.
I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines. Florida residents who depend on Medicaid say they fear for their futures as lawmakers consider $2.3 trillion in federal cuts that could force states to reduce services, cut eligibility, or lower provider payments. Tramel Gomes reports.
The proposal, first reported by Politico, has drawn opposition from health advocates who say the reductions would hit hardest among children, seniors, and people with disabilities. During a press conference organized by the Florida Policy Institute, Virginia, a Medicaid recipient in Alachua County, shared how the program has given her independence despite living with a disability.
If Congress was to cut Medicaid or government was to cut Medicaid, I don't know how I would live. I have no family to go to. Both my parents are low-income housing. My father is pretty much disabled. He cannot help me at all. My mother is not in the picture.
The potential cuts including $9.8 billion in per capita reductions that would cap how much funding Florida could receive. Proponents suggest that reducing federal Medicaid funding would compel states to make more prudent decisions regarding their health care budgets. Joan Alker, executive director of the Georgetown University Center for Children and Families, warned these cuts would leave states with difficult choices.
Well, cuts of this magnitude would force states to make very painful choices about cutting services, cutting benefits, reducing payments to providers, cutting eligibility.
For Reverend Latifah Griffin, whose 10-year-old son has cerebral palsy, Medicaid makes it possible for him to access specialized care, mobility devices, and a pediatric extended care facility.
I would literally struggle to take care of him. I would likely need to quit my job because I would need to stay home due to being unable to afford the services for him without Medicaid. Then I too would become a burden on an already broken system.
Medicaid serves 4.2 million Floridians, covering 2 out of every 5 children in the state. A nationwide outage in government payment processing systems temporarily froze Medicaid funding to states, causing widespread confusion. The crisis follows President Donald Trump's recent executive orders that paused federal spending on various programs, excluding Medicare and Social Security. This is Tramel Gomes for Florida News Connection.
About 50 people lined Monroe Street in front of Florida's historic capital yesterday to protest state and federal efforts to crack down on illegal immigration. The group chanted and waved signs, drawing a cacophony of car horns. Isabel Ruano was part of the gathering. She says it was spontaneous.
People have been talking to each other about what to do, and somebody said, let's go to the Capitol. And some people said yes, some people were afraid. But as you can see, a lot of people showed up just from a person in a Facebook group saying, let's go to the Capitol, 4 o'clock. And this happened.
The protest follows the Florida legislature's approval of a $500 million immigration package intended to position the state to cooperate with President Donald Trump's immigration reform. Governor Ron DeSantis has said he plans to veto the legislation, saying he doesn't think it's strong enough. The annual open enrollment period for Florida's prepaid college tuition program began on Saturday. Some prices are lower than last year, with the cheapest plan for a newborn now costing $29 monthly for a 1-year university plan. A full 4-year university tuition plan for a newborn starts at $120 per month. Overall prices are fairly steady, as tuition for state universities has not gone up in over a decade. Florida prepaid spokesperson Shannon Smith says paying for college in advance allows kids to start adulthood without debt.
When you do this for a child, whether you start with 1 year or you go for 4 years right away, whatever you're able to save, every dollar you save is a dollar they do not have to borrow. Student loan debt is crushing.
There are several prepaid tuition options available, including 2- and 4-year plans to cover state colleges and universities, as well as hybrid plans for 2 years at a state college and 2 more at a university. Any child in Florida from newborn through 11th grade may take part in the program. Open enrollment runs through the end of April. Today it will be partly cloudy with highs as high as 85. It'll be nice and warm. Tonight it will be mostly cloudy with overnight lows in the mid-60s, and tomorrow we'll have more fog in the morning, followed by a cloudy afternoon and highs in the mid-70s. I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.